Hi there guys, my name is Casper Jones. I handcraft skateboards for Life Skateboards and you're watching Days with Casper. Unfortunately today, I left my mic at home, so we're going to have to try to make this new mic work. Shout out to Tim for making sure I had an extra mic. I have no clue how this works. We got a green light here. Let's see if it'll connect right here. I probably should have checked this before we did the live, right? Whoops. Looks good to me. Alright. So let me know if there's an audio issue. I've never used these mics before. What's up? Just finishing up this board right here, and then we will get going here. There's going to be a little less talking today. I've got to get all these boards done quickly, and then I'm trying to go get out to the Major Taylor Skate Park, because it'll be the last day that we can skate the park before the expansion happens. So I'm going to meet Luke out there and skate today. This guy I'm finishing up right here is a experimental 5-ply board, so it requires a little more love on the orbital. Hey, thanks for tuning in, man. Yes, be honest, sales are a little low, but as work comes in, I get to show you guys the work. So, but whatever we don't finish on the live today, I'm either going to come in late tonight and finish, or do it early in the morning tomorrow. Oh, not the only one. Just a little bit of a slow time. Like I said, this 5-ply just needs a little more love on the orbital than the other one. It's a lot thinner than everything all the other tools are set up to shape. Need to kick off the compressor real quick. It's a quick way to flip the breaker here. Ooh. All right. Give this a little bit more on the nose and tail here. Hey, you have a great day too, man. From San Francisco, thank you for tuning in. All right. Make sure these rails even. A little more love here. All right. Good to go. Here's an experimental 5-ply. Hey, you finally caught it. What's up? Alrighty. So we're going to go ahead and get going here. If you're unfamiliar with what you're watching, you are watching Life Skateboards Be Made. What's up, Johnny? Thanks for tuning in. Here at Life Skateboards, we do everything in-house. We press the board, shape the boards, and apply the graphics. Today, I am going to be working through this stack right below the camera here. Let's see how far we get with this. One of these is a graphic I need to finish kind of quickly, so might end up doing that on this live, but we're probably going to end it around probably 3:45, close to 4 o'clock, trying to get over to Major Taylor's for a session before the expansion happens, which we're all real excited about. All right, let's grab my respirator here and we'll get started. So before we get to this step here, Sam cuts out the shape. When I get a hold of them, edge of the board looks like this. That needs to be brought to a 90 with the concave so we can round it off on this next step. So that's what we'll do here on the belt sander. Then bring it over to the drum, the Mac wheel, flap sander, whatever you want to call it, and then the orbital. So let's get started here and we'll get going. You can get these boards at lifeskateboard.com. I'm in Indiana. New Pal, just 20 minutes east of Indianapolis. It is 12:30 here. Little afternoon. All right. All right, so bring you over here for the next step. Bring you guys a seat. Did I build the half pipe? We don't have a half pipe. We're in Indiana. I'm from Indianapolis. So it's rounded off, but it's not clean. So we'll clean it up right over here on the drum. You know it. Namaste. There you go. If you guys are unfamiliar with what you're watching Life Skateboards Be Made. Right here is the website where you can get one of your own. You can get exactly what you want. We'll do your wheelbase, choose your shape. We've got over 100 shapes on the website. It's pretty rad. And if you want to see something really cool, Robotop over in the UK just made a replica fingerboard of one of our boards with the lorry graphic on it. That made my day. take this a step back real quick here. There's some excess glue on the rail here. All right. Back in business here. If we notice any issue with it along the way, we're going to fix it right away. There we go. All right, over here to the Mac wheel, and then I'll be able to answer any questions you guys have when I'm on the orbital sander. Do we have twin tails? Yes, we do. I'm so sorry that I'm missing stuff in the chat. If I do miss stuff, feel free to ask again. I've got to obviously pay attention to what I'm doing. We've got twins, called the twins, the small, mid, and large twin. We've got egg twins. We've got the turbo twins, and then we can also make any popsicle a twin for you. All right, let's bring you guys over here to the orbital sander. What's the shape of the board on the left hanging behind me? I'm going to assume you were talking about this guy right here, because that's the one people ask about a lot. This is the Agro, designed by Lou Ross. We also have the Agro Extreme, which this is the template for it. Everything you see on the walls are shaped templates. It's gigantic. This thing's 13.6. We make boards. We make everything. So popsicles, shapes, everything from 7.75 all the way to 14.6. Yes, you heard that correctly. 14.6. Why? Because why not? All right. Grab myself a new sanding disc here. And this final step just brings everything to a consistent finish. I'm sorry, consistent surface and removes any excess glue. There we go. And if I'm missing anything else, feel free to ask again. You guys are making up words. I apologize if I walk out of frame on this one. Tim bought a AI tripod, and I went ahead and left that at home because I'm dumb. Sorry about that. So I actually have to pay attention to where the tripod is pointed at this time. I'll just go skate, my friend. All right. About good to go here. And we will move on to the next one now. Well, just a moment here. Requires a little more love when you have to take a couple steps back and clean it up on the drum there. All right. So, real quickly for the few of you that are sticking around here, here is where we press all the boards. So we pull the veneer from right here. We glue it up by hand right here. Load them into presses here, and here's to the stacks that they cure in. And after they're cured, which is 7 days, they're under pressure for 24 hours and then cure for 7 days. Then Sam cuts out the shape using one of these shape templates you see all around the room here. Puts the truck holes in with this drill press, and then good to go right here. So this is one of those twins I was talking about. This is a mid-twin. Sits at 8.6, square nose and tail. I believe a 14.25 wheelbase, which is the same wheelbase as my signature shape, because I liked this board before I made my own signature shape. This is the one that will be getting a graphic on it. Hopefully we will have time to do that on this live, and if not, I'll be back either later tonight or super early in the morning to finish these up. We'll see. All right, let's go ahead and get to it again. And remember, guys, you can get these boards at lifeskateboard.com. Tell your friends, tell your mom, everybody. You want a handcrafted skateboard made by skateboarders, just for skateboarders. All right. All right. Move on to the next step here. We shouldn't have to take any steps back on this one. Put that down in your foot. After I'm done with the nose and tail on this board, I'll be able to keep up with the chat there. But thank you for tuning in. Here. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that, Goosey. You don't get rich doing it. We call it a surviving over a living. But I make fair pay for the amount of work there is. But it's the trade-off for doing what I love, so. And it is what I love. I am the sole hourly employee here at Life Skateboards, working with the owner, Sam. So that just means the more boards you guys order, the more work I have, the easier my life is, the more stuff I get to show you guys as far as boards getting made and all that fun stuff. But yeah. Kind of wood, it'd be maple. Great Lakes or Canadian maple specifically. You want maple that was grown somewhere with long winters and slow growth to create tighter grains and a less porous wood. It's going all right, Blake. Sorry I missed that message. We do have some cool stuff to talk about. That just made me so happy. Is that dog meat from Fallout behind me? If you're talking about this right here, this is a graphic of my dog. I've also been playing the shit out of Fallout 76, so Fallout 3 reference just made me happy. But so I volunteer with a nonprofit that cleans local skate parks. It's called Skate Park Respect. I got to the park one morning, cleaned the park, and there was a dog that was dumped there. Decided to take her in. Our living situation wouldn't allow that. And Sam decided, the owner, to make a graphic. We'd do a pre-sale on it to boost sales so that I could afford somewhere to take her in. And now she's my doggy here. This is the 8 stair in the background at our local park that we found her at. She was named after the park. I agree with you, Fort Hero. You won't catch an argument from me on that one. Yeah, I mean, it's a rad job. You just gotta understand there's really slow times in skateboarding, especially when you're not depending on mass factory production that cuts corners in quality to push out a large quantity. We do things differently than the majority of the industry here. We apply our graphics by hand with Lino blocks to ensure that the board doesn't get damaged by heat. We roll the glue by hand to give you full glue coverage on every side of every ply. That way we can guarantee against delam, and we make the boards to order for you. So you get exactly what you want. You don't just get something that was, mass produced to sit on a warehouse shelf, to sit on a skate shop shelf, to maybe go to your feet. It's made for you. Yeah, they are a lot of work, that's for sure. How do you buy one of the decks? You go to lifeskateboard.com. I conveniently wrote this backwards so you can see it on the mirrored screen. Don't think that I'm really good at writing stuff backwards. I just did that and traced what bled through. Oh yeah, vet bills are expensive. People really did help out. The community helped out a lot, though. We had like a wish list for things to help Lori out with. I'm not the most well-off person in the world. That's a huge understatement there. But definitely that dog got pampered because of the community. She's doing great, by the way. Some excess glue on this bottom ply here. More love right here. All right. And we are good to go. There's two down. We're going to get going here. What's up, bud? Thanks for tuning in. If you're unfamiliar with what you're watching Life Skateboards be made. We got a few popsicles ahead of us here. Looks like there's 6 boards left in the stack here to do. Hopefully we'll get to a point where I can do this graphic here today. That will be nice. One moment here. Where the heck did I put my respirator? If you're unfamiliar with my lives, half of them are me walking around looking for stuff I set down a second ago. I think that's normal for all of us, right? I hope. All right. See 2 popsicles in a row here. Let's go ahead and just take those through at the same time. So we're going to take these 2 boards through all these steps here. Alright, that's to a 90 with the concave. We'll do the same with this one here. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask, and I'll get to them as I see them on there. And like I said, I am using a spare mic here today because I left my good mics at home, like a dummy. Alright. You guys over here for this step. These boards aren't that bad. I think these are 8.5. These are 8.5, and if you're talking about the thickness, the majority of the time when people think these are really thick looking, because this is just a 7-ply board, people don't normally see the edges of them squared like this. So after this step, it starts to look like a normal thickness. No, we don't sell blank decks. We sell these. So what you're seeing on the wall here, these are shape templates. Good question there. These are all blank templates that make the shapes. Here are some examples of finished boards here. You can get these boards at lifeskateboard.com. We've got a lot of different Lino block graphics. some of which are not on this wall here, but you can check those out at lifeskateboard.com. So Polish. Our 7-ply boards are stronger than factory boards on the market, but you can get an 8-ply from us if you're not confident with that. Our 8-plies are extremely strong. My buddy AJ parked his car on one. They are going to be a little bit heavier, but they are going to be extremely strong. You just got, when you order the board, you get a ply option while you're customizing it. Hey there, bud. Alright, that guy's done there. See a couple questions to catch up on here. Oh, nope. I just have a bad memory. Normal. I hit my head a lot. Thank you guys for tuning in. You're watching Life Skateboards Be Made. Here at Life, we do everything in-house. We press them, we shape them, we apply the graphics. All you gotta do is tell us what you want and skate it. All right. All right. Just need to do these two on the Mac wheel. And then we're on to the orbital. Thank you. I appreciate it. Minecraft board with green glow and dark wheels. So we are a board manufacturer. We don't make the wheels. Our graphics are also done with hand-carved Lino blocks. But hold on. Let me grab you a template that might remind you a little bit of Minecraft. Maybe. This thing is silly looking. We call it the 8-bit football. Dale Gun Gary requested it. It's weird. Remember, this is a shaped template. There you go. Is that square enough for you? There's a good template. As far as graphics go for that, though, we don't have one of those. We have hand-carved lino blocks that were commissioned from local artists. All right, bring these two over to the orbital for the final step. All right. So yeah, I'll go ahead and explain kind of the difference between how we do graphics and how the majority of the graphic does it. You'll trade me a pipe for a board. Well, that's silly. So number one, I don't do anything anymore, and you can just support directly if you want. Handcrafted boards right here. But as far as the graphics go, so we use hand-carved lino blocks because the majority of the industry uses a heat transfer. And while that's super easy to mass-produce graphics on, it damages the board with heat, and we're not willing to pass that damage on to the customer. So there's plenty of no-heat graphic application processes like screen printing and stuff like that. But we choose to commission local artists to carve out lino blocks for us. Oh, homie, I'm an addict in recovery, including alcohol and some other things. So that's super awesome. I'm glad that you're working in your craft right there. But unfortunately, not something that I'd be interested in. You seem to have someone interested in here, though. How does it make me feel when I see other skaters on the board I made? Makes me happy. If it's somebody I don't know, I usually just walk up to them and say, "Hey, nice board," and then wait for them to realize that I'm the guy that made it. But a lot of the time, it's been pretty cool because Lillian, a local here, went down to Killer Skate Park and podiumed with a life board. Obviously, all the kids on our team skating life boards. It's pretty awesome. Seeing them in the wild, ran into a guy named Garrett that actually saw the live here while he was just in town for work, ordered a board, and I ran into him at the local skate park indoor park last night. It's really cool because you get to see, I mean, while I'm making these things, I know I'm going to make somebody happy. And my job is crafting a toy that makes people happy enjoying the thing that I personally enjoy. So it's awesome. You get to see like the impact of the work that you do. I love it. Oh, well, you're in the absolute right place, my friend. We can talk about sobriety and things like that. Oh, dang, I'm sorry, Decent. Unfortunately, that's just we really don't trade stuff here. I'm not the owner either, but Marsh, ask for help. I promise. I know that in your head you're telling yourself like people are going to judge me for asking for help, or people around you are going to judge you when you tell them you have a problem. But I promise you, they would rather help you with your problem right now than hear about you dying someday. I promise. It doesn't matter if you tried before and failed. It doesn't matter if you're not sure if you can do it. Just be sober for that moment. If you can't take it a day at a time, take it an hour at a time. If you can't take it an hour at a time, take it 15 minutes at a time, whatever it takes. Because, I mean, we all know where addiction leads us, and that's death. And it doesn't really matter how embarrassed you get when you're trying to get help. All that really matters is that you get help. So if anybody is shaming you for getting help or anything like that, just don't keep them around you, because a big part of being sober, the big part of getting sober is changing your environment, and that means people that don't have your best interest in mind. So I wish you the best of luck. If you have any questions, anybody that dogs you in here in the chat immediately gets kicked from the channel. We talk about sobriety a lot here, and we're very open about it because, I mean, there was a point in my life where I definitely would be dead if I kept up my behavior. So if it weren't for strangers sharing their experiences with me, I'd be dead. So I'm open about sharing mine as well. Dang it, Sean, I'm sorry. Life has been kicking my ass lately. So, skateboarding kid, you can kick my ass if I keep forgetting to watch this. I'm so sorry. Hi there, Parmesan. That's another annoying way to get hidden. Bye. Hi there, Tony Hawk. I appreciate that your evangelism comes from a place of care. Unfortunately, not the place to do it right here on the channel. But here you go. Absolutely decent. That's absolutely true. I hope that everybody sharing things like that in the chat is going to be helpful to whoever asked that question. Yeah, see, that was when I quit pretty much everything. I was still smoking and still using hallucinogenics, and I don't make judgment on other people for their smoking or anything like that. It's more of a, for me personally, when I smoked, I'd rather just sit there, and I didn't get a lot done in a day. Now I'm going to multiple parks every day, working, talking with you guys. How much, I don't really think you guys would have been listening to me talking back when I used to smoke. So, oh, you would never want to kick my ass? Oh, okay. I appreciate that. Thank you. You're on a short list of people. Apparently. But no, I do need to watch that for sure. I definitely need to watch it, and I feel like a bum for not checking it out. When you suggested it so many times over these lives, and then consistently continued to come back here after my goldfish brain forgot what you told me. I saw the barracks are doing it. I'm gonna keep my opinions on that one to myself, but I saw a lot of people were excited about it. I hope Blake is talking about the movie Kid, Skateboard Kid. And it's Grind. I think they're remaking Grind decent. It's not federally legal here. There's some states where they keep messing with the legality of it. As a person that doesn't smoke, I still agree with legalization. I really don't like what the market is doing to weed, even though I'm not smoking. The dangers that it's causing by having it sprayed or having it laced or things like that. You don't know where it came from. I think it would fix a lot of tax things and all that shit, but I don't know. I'm gonna leave it there. But that does sound scary to get arrested for that in Russia. That sounds kind of scary. Just give it some time, man. That motivation comes back. You got to fill whenever you quit doing a thing that is constantly in your system and just part of your like schedule for the day. You got to fill that time with something else. It's helpful to fill that time with something exhausting like skateboarding, working out, stuff like that. And then things kind of go back to normal. It took me a while for my sleep was the main thing that I had to deal with when I quit. But yeah, I would just don't be scared to just be honest with the people around you, and people will usually help. I agree with you, decent. I will have to start watching stuff. I'm gonna be honest. I've been so busy lately that when I sit down at home, I don't even turn the TV on. Don't turn like shows on. I've been playing Fallout 76. I'm gonna be real honest with you guys. I've been playing it way too much. Yeah. Should I start streaming that? How was I sick? What do you mean? Can you elaborate on that question? Probably like a month and a half, to be honest with you, Ed. I mean, I wasn't really sick. It was just really affecting my sleep. I have pretty bad PTSD dreams and whatnot. So finding another supplement that helped with my sleep really worked. Valerian root and theanine in the mornings, and then taking lion's mane every morning as well. Kind of rounds out the day really well. What's my favorite skate movie? Oh, that's a good one. I don't know. Does Wheels of Fire count? I don't know. Lords of Dogtown. I watched that a lot. All right, that guy's good to go. We're gonna jump to the next popsicle here. Good to see you too, Basil. Oh, the McRib meat. It's not real. I had a bunch of people looking for it. You've got to find. If none of you sent me the link to that, so I don't believe you that it's real. I did make a McRib video a while ago, long time ago, but I cannot find the means. Thanks for tuning in. You're watching Life Skateboards be made. Nope, Indiana. Smack dab in the middle of nowhere. Oh, speaking of which, if you're in the Midwest, we are hosting a contest up in Muncie, Indiana on April 11th. I secured a financial sponsor, so there's $500 in cash prizes. We got a 4-foot to 5-foot bowl. We're going to have a public session. It's $5 entry. At some point, the session will break down into a couple best trick contests with that money spread out in there. So I'll post a flyer to YouTube. I've posted it to Instagram and Facebook. But if you're in the Midwest, come through. It's fun. 4 to 5 foot bowl with fat coping, slick surface, and square pockets. It's a really fun time. Indiana skateboard manufacturer. We're not. As you can see, we just do everything in-house here. So we've got, these are all shape templates. These are our presses. These are curing boards. Those are examples of finished boards on the wall there. All kinds of stuff. You can get our boards at lifeskateboard.com. We actually do sell a lot to California. That I'm not sure. I've seen that. People have made that comparison a couple of times. I promise I don't act like that, dude. I hope not. Oh God. I think it's six years from alcohol and hard drugs, and then it's been 4 years from everything else. What's up, Baptastic? The guy that leaves very confusing comments on a lot of my videos. I still don't know what to think of him, but I'm glad you're here. I never know, man. It is very fun. It's 4 to 5 foot with a 6 foot radius. Very fun. Arr. I forgive you then. See, that's fair. Because I think there's been times when there may have been like a word out of place in your comments or something that I just full on misunderstood and was like, I don't know what to say to this. So, hey, glad that we figured that out now. That's a good explanation right there. Pain pills. Yeah, pain pills is hard. That's for sure. Especially when you consider the source of where the most of the addictions originally came from, and that was from the person prescribing the pills. I was scared of them when so I broke my leg after I got sober, and I was scared to take pain pills. And the first few days I didn't take any, and then it got bad. See, now that makes sense. We just got to the bottom of a lot of confusion I've had going through my notifications. That's awesome. Dang it, Alex! I wish we had a Russian translator. I wish we did. Hold on. Actually, you're Russian. Do you still call it a Russian boneless over there? That's what I'm curious of. That's what I want to know. Russian boneless. Backside turn. Come out in a bean plant. Take it to there. Especially when you're using the wrong hand. I'm sorry, guys. Russian boneless. Bean plant to backside boneless and then take it in. Is that still called a Russian boneless in Russia? Yes. Love it. I love it. That makes me happy. I needed to know that. If anyone else didn't care about that, that's the most important information to be bringing about here. That is awesome. I love it. It's one of my favorite tricks. Right? Like, and then when I learned Russian bonelesses, nobody corrected me because I was doing them front side, which doesn't really make sense. A backside boneless done front side is called a bastard plant. So, is it Russian bastard if I do it front side? I don't even know. Russian bonelesses are pretty fun. That's awesome. I love to hear that. Russian bonelesses are super fun. You can get the motion down on flat before you take it to transition. It is apparently easier to turn backside. I don't know why I learned it front side first. Does it matter how a skateboard is made? Of course. What do you mean? I'm making a product that is going to be abused, beaten, and stomped on by the customer that I'm selling it to. So it better be something that lasts. So part of what matters is full glue coverage on the plies. So that's why we roll all the glue by hand. Long press and cure times, making sure that the board cures. So that's 24 hours in the press for us, 7 days before we cut out the shape. And then our deep concave adds rigidity end to end. And then when we apply our graphics, we use hand-carved lino blocks. Now, the reason that process matters compared to how factories do it, the majority of factories use the majority of factories use heat transfers. Now, a heat transfer is super easy to mass produce, a photorealistic, or just pretty much any image on a bunch of boards really quickly. However, how do you apply a heat transfer with, you guessed it, heat? Now, what's the thing that weakens the bond between wood and glue inside of your skateboard? Heat. So while that's super easy, we're not willing to pass on that damage to the customer. So we apply our graphics with hand-carved lino blocks to avoid that damage. Let's see. Other things that matter. The type of wood and where the wood comes from. Maple, specifically Great Lakes or Canadian maple because it's grown with long winters, slow growth, and tighter grains. And then it's the direction of the grain as well. So inside of your board, it's not just one big piece of wood that's carved out. This is 7 pieces of maple. So you've got a vertical ply, crossband, vertical ply, crossband, vertical, vertical. And the reason for that is putting the grains against each other gives it strength in every direction. So now you know. We're from Indiana. What do I know about Russia? I don't know a lot. I'll be really honest. You guys have some amazing music that comes out of there. Um, uh, Little Big is like one of my favorite bands. Uh, a lot of what I know about Russia comes from Little Big. I'll be real honest with you. I don't pay attention to what you hear on like mainstream stuff because mainstream stuff wants us all to dislike each other. So I'd rather take it from the artists that are in those countries and things like that, or the people in those countries. So awesome. From Kokomo, I'm really sorry about what they just did to that skate park. I'm really sorry about that. Kokomo used to have the only full elbow pipe in Indiana. In the Midwest, to be honest. I think if I'm accurate on that. I think that is accurate. And they tore it out last year. Big bummer. Is there a way to tell from a fake deck and a real deck? So there's no fake decks. I guess the only example of a fake deck would be like the stuff you find at like a craft store that's made for the wall. But it's all going to be based on who makes it, and you can always research the factory that makes it or things like that. Me personally, I'm not going to like a factory board. Everything feels flimsy. Hey, thank you so much, Lewis. I appreciate you. We're in Indiana here, but as far as being able to tell a fake board, really weak concave. It's not fake, but it's just going to be a weaker board. Really weak concave means less rigidity. If the price, honestly, if the price is too good to be true, like Temu boards, I've seen people talk about those things, but no, we're not hiring. Sorry, you can support us though. Obviously, I'm making a surviving here. The more boards that get ordered, the more I work. I'm the sole hourly employee here at Life Skateboards, working with the owner. So yeah, there's just not enough work to be hiring, man. From Ireland, that's really rad. Okay, Blake is agree. Blake just thanks, Blake. You're saying the things I can't say. I guess fake. Yeah, it's because there's an idea that these super cheap boards are put out there on the market to test if kids are going to stick with skateboarding before their parents spend a bunch of money on skateboards. But then those boards discourage the kids from skating because they're harder to skate with like plastic trucks, the kingpin over the hanger. So that's a discuss. That's whatever gets kids into skateboarding, awesome, as long as the quality of the material, as long as the quality of the skateboard itself isn't going to deter the kids. Thank you, Steven. Oh, of course, yeah. So, I mean, you're going to hear a lot of advice from a lot of people that are really confident in knowing what they're talking about. There was a point when I thought I was confident in knowing what I was talking about, and I wasn't. I worked in a skate shop. There was a point where I assumed that all boards were pretty much the same. They're all going to last the same amount of time, things like that. But now I'm learning that's just not true. When I had that awakening, it was when somebody came into the shop with one of these boards while I was working in a skate shop, had me test them out, and boards went from lasting a week at a time to a month at a time. Yes, I know that sounds very short. I was very heavy-footed. I was skating multiple times a day. But it's you're going to hear a lot about like people comparing shoe size to pick your width of your board. I think that's dumb. When I worked in a skate shop, I always had like set out a bunch of boards on the ground, had people stand on them blindly and not know what the size was, and then tell me which one was best for them. My example of why that's wrong is going to be Cater was 12 years old on an 8.5. So it's all, and then just always remember skateboarding's preference. You're going to find your preference. It's going to take you a while to figure out your preference. But you can always change your board shape, wheelbase, things like that. And pick with your first board, pick a middle range truck size to start with, because you can always go like a 1/4 inch more narrow, or more big without it, or wider without it really affecting how you skate. I hope that was useful information for you. Can we make an Irish skateboard? Do we have any Irish graphics? I don't know. It's a good question. I don't know if we have anything that would be. I mean, we could spin the bruised heel graphic and talk. No, that doesn't work. That wasn't really snakes. I don't really think so. If you go to lifeskateboard.com, you can find all of our graphics. I have never been to Ireland. I'll be real honest with you. I've never been out of the U.S. I'd love to one day. To be honest with you, maybe one day I'll move out. Small trucks, big wheels, and start about a 775. I do need to, that's for sure. 31-inch, 8-inch board. 31 inches long. That seems short. Let me pull a tape measure out and check some stuff. I'll be right back over there. I'm going to grab some popsicle templates. This is the 775 template. It sits at 32, and you were asking about a happy late St. Patty's Day. Probably do. I don't know. I don't know my bloodline. You said your 31-inch board, so this sits at 32. However, hold on a second. You might want this. So that is 775, but it's 30. Dang. And you were looking for 31, right? Okay, let me check how long the youth twin is here, because I know that one sits at 8. $30 as well. So you'd probably have to message the boss man about that. 8-inch, 31 length, 8-inch width. I'm sure we could do that. It would just probably be shortening the nose or tail. You're new to skating? Well, when you get one of these boards, they're going to last a lot longer than the board that you're on. It's also going to be a little bit easier for you to skate with concave. And welcome to skateboarding. You never have to quit. Ever. Never. See, I've started I started traveling more now than I ever have. Going to Pennsylvania was really far for me. I usually go to like Ohio, Kentucky, Illinois, Michigan. I don't get very far, but going out to Pennsylvania this last summer was a really fun, awesome trip. Yeah, you're never allowed to quit skateboarding. Remember what Jay Adams said. You don't quit skateboarding because you get old. You get old because you quit skateboarding. I'll definitely have to get over there. That is definitely on a list of places for us to visit. Fiance and I want to go to South America pretty badly at some point. I want to check out the skate scene in Brazil and Argentina. There are brakes. Oh, yeah. I mean, of course. So I'm going to pull another quote from Jake Phelps, who is apparently Beth's uncle here. Skateboarding's always waiting for you. So, like, obviously, you're going to have life's responsibilities, or you're going to have injuries. You're new to skateboarding. I'm going to break it to you. You are going to hurt yourself. That's just going to happen. It's a part of skateboarding. It's a part of growing. It's a part of everything. You're going to have to take breaks. The longest break that I had to take because of an injury was 8 weeks. And when I got back to it, it was right there waiting for me. That's skateboarding. Hi there, Mr. Butcher's Tube. Well, I know what you don't know, and that would be that this is a HEPA-approved dust extractor right here. You'll see me throw a respirator on for the rest of the equipment here, though. But there's no way you could have known this was connected right there. So it's pretty neat. Festool makes a damn good dust extractor, that's for sure. Thank you, Tommy. I love it too. Time is at 1:43. This live might turn into a Bob Ross live, doing some graphics in a bit here. If it gets a little bit closer to 3 before I get this stack done. Well, let's see. What story does my ink tell? It tells me that I was a guinea pig, and I like tattoos. I got a lot of shitty tattoos on me, but I also got a lot of free ones. Yes. Yeah, so here a lot of people refer to tattoos as ink. Hey, yo, actually, Alex, this is going to be mirrored, so I really wish you could flip your screen. I really wish you could flip your screen. Because, there you go. Just for you, bud. That's a matching thing with a friend of mine. What's up, bud? How many more skateboards do you get done when you're on meth? So I know you must be new to the live here and making really strange comments, but we actually get into discussions about sobriety and quite a bit of other things. It's the grassy knoll. He's back. So if you need help, you are absolutely more than welcome to, ask for help. But I understand that you're probably just trolling and you like to just bother people on the internet while you like to hide behind a computer. But I'm right here, so you can ask any question if you'd like to. Promise. It's really funny when people hop in here trying to accuse me of stuff like that. Oh. Well, I wouldn't know because I got sober before I got here. Are you sober right now? Or you just hiding behind a computer there asking dumb questions? All right. Well, gotta go. You gotta go. Cool? Bye-bye. Ink. Alex, I'm going to be really, really honest with you. I don't have a lot of time, but you can message me on Instagram. It would be Stranger Casper. I tend to, because I'm on my phone here a lot, talking with you guys, I tend to try to stay away from my phone, like while I'm filming and stuff like that. But I can try whenever I get some time for you. Absolutely, yeah. Got to. I'd be dead if I didn't break that cycle. All right, this guy's done here. We got 4 more. Give me a moment here. Stepping outside. In the meantime, check out lifeskateboard.com right here. Oh, dang, Brianna, that's silly. That's crazy. I have, hold on, I'll show you. I don't even remember which side it's on. That's how bad it was. There he is. I have a smudge right here where it dipped down towards the collarbone, and he got close to it and was like, damn, I don't know how to tattoo a collarbone. That was a bad experience right there. I don't, but I'm going to have to look him up. I feel like there's probably a lot of amazing skateboarders in Russia that we don't know about. I'm sure the algorithm doesn't like to show us those things. I think the worst one was right on the tip of my sternum. Honestly, that and the top edge of this one right here, that one got me good. Be right back, guys. Go check out lifeskateboard.com. All right, guys, it is absolutely gorgeous outside, so please forgive me if I start just rushing through the work. Because I know that it can just be pretty fixed, I don't really care too much. Obviously, these were done by somebody that I really trusted. But I mean, I got scratches all over me, man. I did all of this garbage myself. Did all the in between my fingers myself. I've got stick pokes up my leg. Yeah. Whew. My body's a temple. I like to decorate it. Thank you. Yeah, so I just made those beanies. We have Life Without Limits that's making me those patches, and then I sew them on myself. Do I like Jeff Grosso? Yeah, of course. It's a tragedy that he's gone, but I do quote him a lot. Like, if you're not going to tuck your knee, do a different fucking trick. I say that a lot, and then I don't tuck my knee sometimes. Skate Nomad showed some. I'll have to check that out. Need an 825? We got 825s. Just check us out. We got tons of them. Go to lifeskateboard.com. Get yourself a life. Well, Bam, we actually just went over this a minute ago, but I will be happy to explain it. It starts with how... No, I almost broke into song there. It starts with how we glue the boards. We roll all the glue by hand, so we give you full glue coverage on every side of every ply. Glue machine's going to miss your top and bottom ply because it gets both sides of the veneer. I just realized how fast I'm talking. I'm going to slow down a bit. And then it gets into how long we press and cure. No apologies at all. I love going through it again because the viewers on here I know shift around quite a bit. So sorry to you guys that are hearing this again, but who knows? Repetition might just get it in your head real well. And then it goes into how long they're in the press. So we've got 24 hours in the press, 7 days cure time before we cut out the board. After that, the next step that really is different than than factories and mass production is graphic application. And graphic application is going to be heat transfer from most factories. heat transfers are a great way to mass produce an image, but it uses heat. Now, the thing that weakens the bond between wood and glue on a board is heat. Even if that's minimally, we don't want to pass that damage on to the customer. So unlike the rest of the industry, we use a hand-carved lino block method. We commission a local artist to carve out the relief image of the graphic for us, then we apply them all by hand. And now there are other no heat graphic applications that some companies use, like screen printing, silk screening, and even stenciling. But those are the main differences there. The other just, how we do things difference is going to be we're making boards for you. We're not just going to make a ton of boards, get them into a warehouse, then they maybe go to a skate shop, then they maybe go to your feet. You're going to tell us what you want. We're going to sell it to you. Now, there are some boards that we make ahead of time, and those are the ready-to-ship boards. Those are ones where you don't have to wait, but obviously you can get exactly what you want from us. Hope that was a good explanation there. Thank you, Yayo. I appreciate it. I learned from Sam. The grassy knoll is here. We ship all over the world. International shipping is a flat rate, but yep. So Yayo, that is why it delams in the sun, and that's why you're not supposed to leave your car in your vehicle when it's hot outside or things like that. But we ship all over the world. If international shipping sucks right now, which I assume it does, if you order with some friends, it's a flat rate, so you can offset that price. I really wish the state of the world didn't make it so that we couldn't ship things around like normal right now, but I don't want to get into it. But actually, you know what's really cool? There's a fingerboard maker in the UK that just made a replica board of one of our boards. Oh, absolutely, Bam. Little less is going to be so much easier for us to do than more. However, there are over 100 shapes here. So when you get on the website, you're going to be picking things out. You can message me on Instagram. That's going to be Stranger Casper. The Life Skateboards Instagram is ran by Sam, the owner. You can also ask him, but if you don't get an answer right away, I'll get with you. But yeah, taking material off is going to be a lot easier than making it longer. But we can do that whatever you need. You just let us know. Yep. So don't get your board in water. Don't leave it in extreme temperatures for long periods of time. But understand that they don't last forever. But ours last a really long time. What blanks are we using? What blanks are we using? Ours. These aren't longboards. What you're seeing on the walls here are shape templates, but we do make longboards. We've got a different longboard press. All right, let's get you guys right over here. You know it. That's right. You stumbled upon a board manufacturer that does everything in-house. So while it's hard to get everything together to do this on a large scale, there are ways to make your own board personally, and it's just obviously not going to be efficient to make a bunch of boards. But there is a method called vacuum sealing. You can do some research into that. Make your own concave, stain your own board, apply your graphics, whatever you want, because it is a fun process. Just a little hard to get to this level because there are a lot of tools involved. I'm so sorry. Hold on. There you go. LifeSkateboard.com, written backwards, just for you. Hey, thanks for hopping on here, Brianna. You have a great day. How much would your longboard go for? Honestly, please check the website here. I don't handle any of like the sales, the website, or anything like that, so I can't confidently say from memory what that price is. But you can check on there. Our popsicles are $75, and shapes go up from there. But I know the longboards are on the upper end of that spectrum. All right, I'm missing some stuff here. All right, Grassy Knoll, well, have a great day at work. We'll be all right here. We have a team. Yes, we do. We've got me, Justin Hutchins, Jake Daney. We've got Jackson Key, Gavin Svetlik, Max Doty. If you go to Life Skateboards Instagram, everyone is listed right in the bio right there. So no, when I'm gonna be real honest, I'm done when the work is done. But today, Major Taylor Skate Park is getting a expansion starting tomorrow. So this will be the last day to skate the park before the expansion. So I'm going to be working up until about 3:30 probably today, and then hopefully have everything done. If I don't have everything done, I'll be back super late tonight or super early in the morning to finish it up. But I'm there to, I'm going to be at the skate park to skate, so I'm probably not going to go live there. How does the sizing work? You pick one. I'm sorry, I don't know how else to explain that. We've got everything, so from 775 all the way up to 14.6. You just choose what you want, and then you tell us ply number, wheelbase, all that fun stuff, and we make it for you. Let us, if you do get one, you found out about us through the live, please let us know that you found it through the live. Trying to figure out how much is driving traffic towards the website. Oh, it's an insanely wide board. It's for fun. I did post an edit on the 14.6 recently. If you want to go to my shorts, you can see that. I was pretty stoked on the tray flip on a 14.6-inch board. But 13-inch slappies with some little bit of overhang on the wheel fits them pretty well. There are some boards with comparable widths on the market, but not the same concave at all. We looked at those other boards and saw that they kind of looked like somebody placed a popsicle in the middle and just satellite dished it out. Gross, in my opinion. But we made sure there's wheel flares all the way to the edge. If you want to go to my shorts, you can. That sounds so strange. If you want to go to the shorts on my YouTube channel, you can check those out. Not the most recent one I posted. Trying to think. It was a couple ago. I did an edit to the song Fat by Weird Al because it's a fat board. But you can check that out there. It's pretty fun. Pretty fun. Whew. No, you're fine, bud. Never apologize for it. Yep. I did a wall plant, tray flip, front side wall ride, front shove out. Dang it, what else did I do? I did a bunch of weird tricks on a little tiny quarter with it. It was fun. Thank you. I really appreciate that. You're talking about the short that I posted yesterday. I am so stoked on that line. It felt like I was Mike V. I started the line off with a wall plant all the way to the railing of the mini ramp back in to transition, not the coping. And then switch nose pick, and then front side 540 boneless. Got a couple more I need to post though. I learned how to kickflip the tail entry yesterday. I never really thought about that. It's real fun, real snappy trick. Can I show how we do the bending of the boards? We're not pressing today, but the way that works is they all start out as thin pieces of veneer that get glued together and then placed in a press that's the shape of the concave. I'll take you into the room where there's some boards in the press right now. But because they're under pressure for 24 hours and then cure in a stack of their own concave for 7 days, they retain that shape. So here's an empty press. So as you can see, concave on the bottom matches the concave on the top. Here's a loaded press. You can see the dips right here. And if you look down the end of this one, you can see there's concave there. So that's where it comes from. Awesome. I'll make sure I check that afterwards and give a follow back because I want to know about that Russian skate scene and be happy to help with your English whenever you want to or whenever I get time to. I am an ignorant man that barely knows one language, but here to practice for you. It is a huge deck, yeah. That 14.6 is fun to skate. I will say, though, I couldn't skate for 2 days after that edit because one of those tray flips smacked me so good in the shin, and then I fell onto it primo, right on the spot that I caught the shinner, right below my knee where it like swelled up and I couldn't move my knee right. We're located in New Powell, Indiana. That's 20 minutes east of Indianapolis, originally located in Muncie, where we're going to have that session soon. What size wheel do I skate? I usually skate 59s. I bumped down to 58s, and I've been skating some that are pretty worn down lately. But I'm thinking I'm going to go down to 55. I tested some wheels out for somebody yesterday. Unfortunately, the formula just isn't perfect yet. So I'm back on my speed labs again. From Central Illinois, that's awesome. Do you know about Dino Toll's Effingham Jam that he hosts every year? I've been seeing the Effingham Skate Park editions. That's going to be awesome. Well, you can get one at lifeskateboard.com. That'd be lifeskateboard.com. Yep, absolutely. They actually the whole company is. The owner and I both are addicts in recovery. How do you wear down a wheel? It's just normal. Skating in general, you're gonna revert, you're gonna do power slides, you're gonna speed check. A lot of the combo tricks that I do are even like crooked grinds. You're stomping on one wheel and it's pinched. So parts of the wheel sometimes end up flat, so you hear like a noise as you skate. That's real annoying, and it does affect the way you ride. And then the other way it wears down, and it's kind of weird because they cone. So the outside edge wears slower than the. Let me think about this. The inside edge wears faster than the outside edge, so it cones a little bit. You can flip them, and if I got that wrong, I'm sorry. I always look at my wheels right before I flip them, but there you go. Awesome. I've actually had someone in peak. I've had someone there ask about that. I need to be out there sometime. Awesome. Okay. What Duro do I ride? I usually ride 99s. This guy was using the D formula of urethane. He was trying something new. And it ended up a little bit harder than I'm used to. But 99 is my sweet spot, at least with Speed Lab colored wheels. But yeah, it's the normal wheels I ride are a formula with a durometer of 99. I bounced around to like 97 before. I didn't like how it made my Smiths feel, and then the Life Bowl that I skate is extremely slick. So a little bit harder to skate hard wheels on the Life Bowl. Thank you. So most of that art is done by Ben Blakely, a local artist that carves out the relief image of those graphics for us. Another graphic option is called a collage. It's a little more expensive, but it involves like background patterns, double printing, and multiple prints across the board. Every once in a while, when I get the chance, I try to do up somebody's board like that for a normal price. That's definitely happening to a board today. I usually just clock out and do that on my own time. Mainly because I enjoy it. I really do enjoy doing the graphics. And plus, I know I tend to spend a lot more time on those graphics than just the normal slap it on there, roll it and done. But if I ever see that board in the wild, it feels pretty cool. So. Especially if it's one I spend a lot of time on. A little bit more love right here. Hey, skateboarding saved my life with sobriety. Every time I wanted to drink, I just went to the skate park. You can keep to yourself even if other people are doing stuff there. But that's awesome, man. 10 months. Congratulations. Big congratulations. That's big. But all right, guys, I am actually getting super hungry. So maybe give me a break here. I'm going to go grab myself some food. And I'll be back here. So make sure you subscribe if you want to catch these lives again. I'll be back for a very short period of time to finish up those boards. I just really need to go grab myself something to eat. But don't forget, get a life at lifeskateboard.com. Yeah, dude, that's all. You're gonna find though that there is a lot of addicts in recovery in skateboarding. There's a lot of people that host like sober sessions. I used to do that early on in my skateboarding, in my sobriety, where we just like meet up downtown. We call it sober or no booze free cruise is what we called it. But all right, you guys have a good one. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll be back sometime soon. Get a life.